Hey guys, this is the Redstone Wizard here again, bringing in another Redstone tutorial. This time, it's another attachment to the binary encoder. Now, it's not completely built, I just did the basic framework, but as you can see, I've got the binary encoder right here. Now, what makes this special is it also has an item sender attachment to it. Now this thing right here was created by Cass from Maizuma Games. Now I actually liked his idea for this, and it's like, ooh, I can actually put this to a binary encoder. Now I have it all dispensing into one shulker box. I'm not going to. I could show you guys something later to how to get it back up to there. Here you have an item sorter here, just to fill up all your items. We got coal, iron, just a bunch of different things. I got nothing in here, it was more of just to show you. And in here we got the different amount of items. 20, nothing. This is here so that as you want to, you change the amount. I do recommend you can put item frames here and put items in so that you can actually tell if you need to come in here and switch up the amount of items so that you can get what you want. Now, the one downfall to this is I'm getting 2 blocks per. In fact, we actually just don't need these blocks here. I was trying something out. But yeah, let's just quickly see how this thing works. I'm on 0, which is blocks of coal. It activates. And 34. We may have 32 items in here, so it's a +2 system. So let's add another thing to it. Let's add 5. Right here. Eight dry kelp blocks. So, third one in. Oh, 1, 2, 3. 6 plus 2 is 8. Let's add one more thing. That one. Right next to it. And that one. There we go. As you can see, this shulker box is filling up with the items. So, there we go. Now, I'm not going to show you guys how to build this part right here. I do recommend going to Cass's video because, honestly, I watch him for a lot of his stuff. It's very interesting stuff. I'll show you guys how to build this part, and how to link them together. Okay, guys? Let's get to building. Okay, guys, yeah, I've just remembered exactly what he calls this. He calls this an exact quantities counter. So, like I said, go check out his video, and I'll be back as soon as I finish getting everything set up for you guys. Okay guys, I'm back. Now, I'm just going to be using the exact same build as the other one. I just took out the parts that needed to be linked. Now, like I said, this right here is the Maizuma Games exact quantities counter. I got redstone blocks here, which I'm going to explain why I left those there in a moment. and Pala's binary encoder, which I actually prefer. Now, inside the shulker box, we have everything we need, well, for this previous one that I showed you. Now, you need to build a binary encoder. I did put a tutorial out for it. Then you need the counter. Maizuma Games counter is what this one is designed to work with. Then you need some type of sorting system. In fact, actually, I recommend the Impulse SV sorting system because that one is probably the best one. You need three rails, either powered or activator. It doesn't matter which one. 4 observers, and this is per section. Now, actually, you need 1 observer, 2 observers per section and 2 specialties, and 1 rail per section. 3 hoppers, 2 droppers, a redstone comparator, some blocks to build with, at least 2 torches and a special one, a piece of redstone dust, and a block of redstone, sticky piston, and I'm going to use a normal piston for this. Okay, so let's get all of it out. Yeah, let's throw these ones back in. And I'm going to leave the sugar box there this time. Okay, so first things first, build the counter using the exact setup for here, the exact number setup. Okay, then temporary block down because we need to place a dropper going up. In fact, I'm going to just build all of these right now. Dropper's going up. We don't need these blocks. Alright, now going into each dropper, you need the hoppers going in. Now, you need 3 per because one's going to have a block on it, and the other one is going to be attached to the sorting system itself. So, let me get a distinguishing block, red sand. Now, the sand block right here represents your sorting system. So wherever your sorting system goes right here. So now, we're going to place blocks along here because we need to put some torches on them. 1 torch per block, and you need 1 torch per section. For this, 2 torches per section. Blocks on top of these torches because we're making a redstone torch tower. And another set of blocks on top of that. Now, here we need to get our dust and place it on top of there. At the end here, we need to place a block up and put the torch on top of there. That right there is going to hold the system. So now, we'll place a line of droppers. These are classified as instant droppers because, well, how fast they pulse. Don't need those. Now, along right here, we need to get our observers. So, I'm just going to place a temp block there. And then we're going to run our line of the observers going down to that point. Now, we need an extra block I forgot to mention. Place it right there. Now, get your rails out. In fact, you're actually going to need an extra rail. And these only go 9 blocks. So every time you're going to need to add this setup right here. At the end of the line, observer going up, observer going down, rail, rail. Now that's powered because this torch is powering this, which is locking the system. Okay guys, while I was editing the video, I forgot to mention one thing. How to set it up when you actually have greater than 9 blocks for the rails. Now, as you can see, I've got this part set up also. So we'll just continue this real fast. Add some more redstone. In fact, actually, I'm just going to quickly build this part. In fact, actually, you don't even need those there. Torches. Torches. In fact, I'm not even going to continue building that part, but I am going to add the instant dropper line real fast. Okay. Now, all I have to do is throw those there. As you can see, they're just flying through here. In fact, if I break that, they just keep shooting out. In fact, let's just, there we go. So, to make this is, once you reach the 9th block, all you have to do is, from the second point, from the second part of the torch tower, go to the back half, place a torch with a block on top of it, a torch, in other words, diagonal it up, add redstone on top of every block there, and continue it on, and as you get it, in fact, the easiest way is from this part. I reach all the way over to this point, which is fine. That's okay. It's unimportant because each system has its own. They overlap, which is the key component. If they overlap, that makes it work. So we've got, let's just count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks in between each torches, which means 10, so there's always one less. So there we go. That was something I forgot to mention, and this just continues on the same way. This continues on the same way. This was the unique different part. So let's just say here's the end of it. So here we place our torch. We place a torch on the back. Place a block on top of the torch. To place a torch in the front. A block on the back. Torch up top. Get our dust. Line it all the way up there. And torch there. An observer going down. An observer going up. It doesn't matter which one's which. And there we go. And keeping this setup. And you can infinitely expand it. So, yeah, in the video you will not see this portion. I finished recording and then noticed I should have mentioned this. So, here we go. Back to the video. Let's get our comparatives out. We can just sneak right in here. Walk along here and place our comparators. So anytime an item goes into here, it gets shot all the way out. putting it into a chest or a shulker box with a shulker box breaker once it gets to a certain point, or even a control panel saying, okay, I got once I got everything done, and there we go. So now that's that part. Then you fill these up according to what you need. Now time for the connections from the encoder to the counter. Now we know that this part right here is where the power comes out of. So we need to place our regular pistons along here. Then we need to place observers going down. Now, the location for the observer and the bottom rail is 1, 2, 3 blocks. In fact, this observer is in line with where because I always have this set up for whenever I'm making the encoder, but in line with the grid pattern. You're going to have to add a little bit of delay, just some, on this part here, depending on how long you have this, depending on how many of these you have. Sometimes this requires more delay, sometimes it doesn't require as much, but yeah, I always recommend testing it out. Then get your sticky pistons, and beneath where the observers are, I just recommend placing it right on top of the rail and run across, and either on this block or this block you place the redstone block. So now that we got that set up, fill these up, and according to how many pieces you need. Now I'm going to get some shulker boxes, load them up here, let them fill this up, and then I'll show you guys that this works. Okay, give me one moment. Okay guys, I'm back, and I got a mock sorting system set up here. Yeah, all these shulker boxes are completely full with just a bunch of random items, and the hoppers and the dropper, and nothing in here. So this is where I definitely recommend having a book. So let's say, I know this is redstone blocks, and I want redstone blocks. As you can see, it activates, it pulses, and it's all powering, and we're getting the redstone blocks that I wanted. All 63 of them. As you can see, 61 plus 2 is 63. Now, if it gives you exact numbers, that's good. If it, but it will give you more, you can actually just forego this part and place a block here, like he has in the original style, to make it work. Now, I need something to work with. I'm working on a project. In fact, I'm working on a kelp farm. In fact, I don't need that much kelp. 22 is enough. So, as you can see in here, 20 plus 2 is 22. So, let's just get more redstone. In fact, let's get some redstone and some diamond ore. Once you activate the system once, you can immediately go to a different selection. You cannot pick the same selection twice. So, as you can see, it's pulsing real fast because these are instant droppers. And we've got 62 plus 64. We take those two. Did it work right? Oh yeah, 61 in each. 63, 63, 22, 34. Huh. And it continues to work. Well, guys, like I said, I actually love Maizuma Games builds. They're simple and comprehensive. And I figured when I saw this, like, I can make something using the binary encoder. You guys, this is the Redstone Wizard. Enjoy.